there! Today we are talking about NYC. I live in New York City, and something I've noticed is that people really like to ask me about living in New York City. It seems like any family member or other adult I know asks me about it when I'm back home in Seattle, or even other people in New York like to ask how you like living here. Everyone needs an opinion on the Big Apple. I've been living here for about 2.5 years, so while I'm not an expert, I do have some thoughts, and today I figured I would share those thoughts with the internet. New York is big and crazy and crowded, and some people walk very fast and some people walk very slow. It can be very loud and bright, and the subways can be crowded and terrible and take forever to come, and I've seen cockroaches on the streets. And there's lots of garbage and taxis honking at people and tourists, and everything is so expensive that once in a while a person might question their decision to have even ever wanted to live in the greatest city on earth. But sometimes it's fantastic. There are a million things happening all the time. There are plays and concerts and movies and celebrities, and Taylor Swift is the new queen or ambassador of tourism or something. There are loads of interesting bookstores and bars and cool coffee shops and little stores selling beautiful clothes that as a college student I can only dream of someday affording. There's so many things open and happening all the time. Pretty much anything I could ever need is either in easy walking distance or just a subway ride away. Also, while I'm here, I want to...
Why are criminals so stupid?
Hey, Lacey!
Oh, are you filming? Sorry.
And while I'm here, I also want to distribute a couple pieces of advice for surviving New York City, whether you're visiting or a resident. Number 1, don't lose your Metro card. This sounds like it maybe should be common sense, but when I was a freshman, I barely ever took the subway anywhere, so for some reason I didn't keep my Metro card in my wallet, and I basically never knew where it was, which meant that anytime I did need to go anywhere, I was pretty much screwed. Number 2, have a smartphone and make sure it's charged all the time. Get one of those portable power sources. I have one of those little blocks that can charge your phone like 3 times. Because the last thing you need when you're totally lost in Soho or waiting for a train in the middle of the night is a dead cell phone. Google Maps is your friend. However, if you're using Google Maps to plan for directions involving the subway, it's probably going to take longer than Google Maps says. It just is. And 3, finally, stay away from Times Square. It's crowded and awful no matter who you are. And maybe if enough people just don't go there, it will be slightly more tolerable the next time I have to walk through it to actually get somewhere important. Also, lastly, I guess if I'm giving NYC advice, don't do crime, because, you know. If you have any other burning questions about life in the Big Apple, let me know. It turns out I have plenty of opinions. If anyone watching this lives here, how do you like living in New York, as they say? Otherwise, goodbye until next week.